I'm feeling that I am is great. My car is playing up, and Tesco's was full, but I was feeling great and calm inside, and it's a bonus when I came home to see you on TV. Ah, nice, David. Yeah. We don't need life to look a certain way. Like it's painful, you know. I'm not suggesting that we all live in war. Like that's terrible what's happening in Europe at the moment, but it's like, and trauma is really terrible, but if you're not in really extreme situations, like this is it. The car breaks down, so what? So what? That's the way it goes. It's a pain in the ass and we get it fixed. And yeah, it can be difficult and bring up anger, but there is this presence here no matter what. And it's what's really important. That's the freedom that you've always looked for. It's not in having the perfect car. It's not in life going perfectly or you being perfect. Life isn't. Life could be chaotic and crazy and uncomfortable and weird and stressful and all these different things. But this presence that you are is always free. I'm not saying don't get therapy. Everybody should get therapy. It should be mandated in society. Mandated. Everybody. And please go to my website. There is a reference page with like non-dual therapists, lots of different therapy books, and please read it. It's like, it's more important than mowing your lawn for your neighbors. You know how you mow your lawn for your neighbors? Well, I do. I mean, I don't really care. I don't think if my lawn is mowed or not, but like I feel like the neighbors will be upset. I think in some places you have to. It's like a law or something. And going to therapy is like that. It's for it's not only just for yourself, but it's for everyone else. Because if your character is like really disturbed with unhealthy dynamics, you're going to affect people around you. But your life will be happier if you understand your dynamics. So please go to therapy. Read about therapy. Get to know your body. Understand why you're doing things. Understand why other people do things. Understand why you feel uncomfortable in certain situations. But that's always going to change, and you're always going to get new conditioning. And yes, it seems for most people they have to settle down their conditioning to an extent before there is a waking up. For most people, but there's always exceptions, like life. But the freedom, the real freedom, is this presence of who you are. Like this stillness, like what is watching now? What is experiencing now? It's so alive and like juicy, and it's not two. It's not separate from anything. It's so intimate. Everything is that. Everyone is that. So when you're next walking down the street, like everyone is that one energy, but we're seemingly moving as like all these individuals. So ultimately, everything is you. Not you as a character. And all the narcissists are now like, oh, yes, everything is me. I am God. I am God. Yes. I don't mean it like that, not as a character. The character appears in this and is limited, and yes, it's God, but it's God as an apparent limitation, just like a tree is an apparent limitation, but it's also everything. But you as the watcher, and this is so beautiful when you connect with people on that level. You see them as that watcher, as that freedom, rather than seeing them all the time as that person and the character. This is true love. And this is how to be happy with what you have. It's not about getting all these nice things. Like, so I've lived in this apartment for the last like nearly 3 years, and I'm so lucky, I'm so blessed that I have a home, and that I have water and heating and food, enough money. But I would say that there's something with this apartment building where the energy is not quite right, like the feng shui, and like the energy in the building is not quite right. But that doesn't take away your freedom. And I can notice it, like as soon as I step out and go into other buildings, and there's other buildings with worse energies, but there's something with this. I don't know if it's been built on a grave or something. But it doesn't take away the freedom. The freedom is the watching. So there might be some uncomfortable feelings in the body sometimes with this apartment, and yeah, it was only meant to be a very short-term thing, and it turned into 3 years almost. And most of it's going to turn into 4 years by the time we renovate the new house. So that's just the way it is. but it's like it's your freedom is in everything you do. Like, where is the house really but in imagination? Like, where is the bad energies but in imagination? There's nothing wrong with using our imaginations to be able to communicate these things, but it's just that. It's something that comes and goes. What is free now is what's happening. There's this like vast silence and stillness and freedom that's accessible to everybody. And to me, that is not mysticism at all. That is the experience. It's just mysticism to the mind, because the mind's like, wow. Right, that sounds really abstract, because the mind's used to looking in things that it can get. So if it was like a box, it would make more sense. It's like materialistic. It's like, okay, so if my freedom is this box, that makes more sense. But if the freedom is that which is watching, that's like a really bizarre concept. But try it. Like, even if you put your attention in the present moment, more than likely you'll feel better from doing it, unless you've got like very dense suffering in the body, and then you'll just feel really shit doing that. You'll want to quickly run away and do something else. But just putting the attention in the moment. This is so alive, so unknowable, it's so magical. It's what you experienced in childhood. This like awe with everything. Like the children are more present, and they get more and more involved in the mind. Yeah.